There's very few politicians who I would say have really, stood by consistently the LGBTQ community. President Trump is at the very bottom of the list, and his administration has facilitated such dangerously discriminatory policies against the LGBTQ community. The reality is that we need to be able to secure legal protections for the LGBTQ community. And right now, we're at a critical juncture where so many Federalist Society conservative judges and justices are being appointed and confirmed. And that is truly going to have a potentially catastrophic impact on so many communities, including the LGBTQ community.
They're scared that your confirmation would result in the rolling back of voting rights, workers' rights, and the rights of the LGBTQ community to equal treatment. These aren't just thoughts. These are real-life implications of decisions made by the court.
In this Supreme Court term alone, we have major LGBTQ case before the court. We have the question of whether or not the president can permissibly not count undocumented immigrants in the census. We have the legality of the border wall funding. We have the legality of the anti-asylum policy of this administration. All of those things affect LGBTQ people. The court is going to make major decisions, and the consequences of that are going to be felt, and we need to be able to look to our government officials to fight with us and not be perpetually in an adversarial role with them in every single context. Right now, we've seen, particularly for the trans community, that the Trump administration, through almost every federal agency, has taken action to target trans people, whether it's through the DoD with the trans military ban, through the Department of Education with AntiTrans Policies, threatening to strip schools and school districts from federal funding if they protect trans students, through Health and Human Services, through discriminatory interpretations of provisions of the Affordable Care Act, through the Housing and Urban Development, HUD, efforts to turn trans people away from shelter. These are all policies coming from the federal executive. And so if we have 4 more years of President Trump, it means an escalation in these anti-trans policies.
Given everything that this administration has done, there's no way to interpret their actions as other than their attempt to roll back protections for transgender people.
I think we're on a very dangerous trajectory, and this will be a critical inflection point about where we go from here when it comes to whether and how we can secure protections under the law for LGBTQ people. No matter what happens with the election, we have to rebuild for our communities in terms of lives lost due to COVID. And hopefully we can fight back against some of the individuals, the president included, who have been the most significant proponents of these horribly violent policies. There's just so much on the line, and for so many, it truly is life or death.